Hola estudiante, ¿cómo están? Soy Shahnawaz y voy a explicar sobre, sobre diferentes personas como ser y estar desde inglés. Voy a explicar todos y voy a aprender cómo aprender español desde inglés. Hello friend, my name is Shahnawaz and I'm going to describe about how to use different persons in different forms with the use of ser and estar form in Spanish, and we will see how we can learn Spanish from English, right? So you should not take it very difficult, because if you are going through the all concept clearly, you will have the concept very clear, how to use what thing at what place, and then you will be able to speak Spanish as well, right? I have learned it in my ways, and I have learned it putting each and other sections, different sections in different ways, and understanding them correctly, so that I could be able to use them perfectly in their time, on their time. So Spanish is a gender-based grammar, and we have to use many different forms to describe their verbs, their subject, according to their gender. So we have to understand that thing as well. But today we are going to learn what is the form of persons in Spanish, right? So here there are two forms, ser and estar. These are two verb forms of Spanish. In ser form we have soy, eres, es, somos, sois, son. These are 6 verb forms we put together in the ser form. So when we are talking about the ser forms, we have these 6 forms that is used in English, like this one. Soy, that means I am. Eres, that means you are. But this you are for the familiar. Familiar, that means that you someone is equal to you, your brother, your sister, your friend, your colleagues, and the person you are talking normally, your subordinate, your persons below your age, and you can talk with them very easily, comfortably. Then you can use eres, okay? And then you have to use for the you are using eres. Es, that means he is and she is. Third person singular form, we have to use s, but this s is also used for the usted form and the you are formal. You are but formal. When someone is a stranger, someone is foreigner, someone is elder to us, and we have to give some respect to them while talking, then we have to give some honorific style of speaking. Then we can use s for them. You are, that means you are, but also this s is used for the he, she, is, third person singular. So you have to understand this concept as well. You should not be confused in it. Okay, somos, that means we are. Somos, 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 we are. Sois, that means you all are. This sois describes that the person is in the plural form and you are talking with the second person, but they are in the plural form. They are not only one single person, there are more than one person, more than two person, more than one person. It could be 2, 3, 4, 6, 10 or anything. So you are talking with them and you are using sois, you all are. Son, that means they are. This is the plural form of the third person, s and so on, right? So when we are using he, she, is, and they are in the plural, and we have to use they are, They are talking, they are working, they are people. So we have to use son. So they are, right? This form is called self form. Also, the persons that you already know, or if you don't know, then I'm giving you the person here. Yo, tu, el, o, ella, ella for lady, L for he, ella for she, somos for somos, that means ella, usted, nosotros, that means we, and vosotros, that means you all are, okay? And son, that means ustedes, and ellos, that is the plural form of el, that means he, and ellos, that means they. Ella, that means she, and ellas, that means they. Also, there is one form that I have used here, ustedes, that is in the plural form, and that shows you all are. It also shows you all are, but in formal way, honorific way. So we have to use ustedes for you all are, but in the single form we have to use usted here, not with the two, it is single. Yo, that means I, el, that means he, ella, that means she, and usted, that is also mean you are. Usted, that means you are. But when we use the verb with the usted, we have to use s, that is used for all these three: third person singular, third person singular gents, third person singular ladies, and also usted for the honorific form, and that describes you are. And in the plural forms we have to use you all are in the ustedes form with son. So you should not be confused here. Nosotros, that means we, and somos, that means we are. So nosotros somos, that means we are. Or when we talk in Spanish, we don't use these pronouns, these persons to describe. Only when we have to make some contrast, we have to make some kind of emphasizing that él es mi hermano, él es mi señor que da mi una asignado, que da mi una tarea, that means homework, right? So when we emphasize something, we have to use them in particular way, but generally when we are talking, we have to use the self form to describe who are they, who they are. If you are using soy, and if you are not using this one, you are just giving soy, that means I am. Soy un maestro, I will write here, soy un maestro. Maestro, that means master, teacher, professor, okay? So you can use soy un maestro, I am a teacher. This soy describes I am, right? And when you use to describe to other person, that means eres, you are a teacher. Tú eres un maestro, or you can directly say eres un maestro. Eres un maestro. When we use he is a master, then we use él es un maestro. But when we have to just say es un maestro, he is a master. Es un maestro, he is a master. Es un maestro de matemáticas or English. Es un maestro de English. Or ella, that means she is a master teacher. Then we have to use ella es un maestro, but we don't want to use ella here, and just we have to say that she is master. We use es un maestro, that is describing the same thing, right? She is a teacher. Es un maestro. Es un maestro for the gents, es un maestro for the ladies, but describing the third person, right? But also the usted form, you are a master and you are a respectful master, and I'm giving respect to that teacher, and then we use usted es un maestro. You are a teacher. Usted es un maestro. But usted es un maestro, that means you are a teacher. But if we don't want to use usted as well, then also we can say es un maestro, giving the same thing. The sentence gets longer to describe other things about that master, and then it is clear that we are giving respect, right? And if you generally showing respect, you can use usted here, and this s form used here with usted, that means you are. Ella es un maestro, she is a teacher. Él es un maestro, he is a teacher. So it is clear now. Now nosotros, that means we, but nosotros somos, we are. Nosotros somos unos. This unos, nosotros is in plural, so we have to use this one. Nosotros somos maestros. Only you can use s here if you don't want to use this, because uno describe for the one or ones. So we can say just only that nosotros somos maestros. We are teachers, because we are giving information about who we are, what we are. Nosotros somos profesores. Nosotros somos doctores. Nosotros somos ingenieros, engineers. Nosotros somos hermanos. We are brothers. Nosotros somos empleados. We are employees. Nosotros somos directoras or directores. We are directors. Anything you can say in this way. गर्मी लगने लगा. So we have learned about nosotros somos, but when we talk about vosotros, that means saying that you all are second person, but in the plural form and familiar. Second person, you are, plural form, you all are, and in the familiar way, not in the formal way. So familiarity shown that they are equal to us, equal in the contemporary in the age, and also subordinate to our age, not our senior, and we are not showing any kind of honorific form, respectful thing. Just we are talking in the formal, in informal way, in familiar way. So we are giving them you all are, like they are children, and I'm talking to them, and I'm saying that you all are estudiantes, you all are students. So we say vosotros sois, you all are, not masters. Here you can say students. So vosotros sois estudiantes, 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 that means students, in the plural form. I have used s here, that means plural form, and this you all are is also in the plural form, but in the familiar way. I'm repeating it again and again so you could understand it perfectly well. And if you don't want to use this vosotros here, you can just say sois estudiantes, you all are students. I'm just giving you this form and this form equally so that you can remove these persons in your sentences normally, because it happens Spanish people do not use tu, el, ella, es, yo. No, they don't use. They use only the form. They only use the verb forms, and that describes the sentences, that describes the correct meaning. So this choice can say that you all are. If you don't use vosotros, the Spanish will understand easily that you are talking to formal second person, formal familiar way, and in the plural form, right? Sois. And son, that is also in the plural form, but it describes the third person plural form. That third person plural form, that is they are. Here third person singular, he, she, is, and here third person plural, they are. And you can use son estudiantes, they are students. Son maestros, they are students, they are teachers. Son profesores. If you want to use here ellos, that is okay. If there are only boys, they are only gents, and you want to just describe that they are students, then you can use ellos, that means they. Ellos son estudiantes, they are students. Ellos son doctores, they are doctors. But if there are in that group, if there are 5 persons in that group and they all are ladies, then you can use ellas son estudiantes, that means they are students, but they are ladies. So one thing here I want to clear, that if in that group there are 5 persons in a group and there is only 1 person that is gents and 4 ladies, then you have to use ellos here, because it is the gender based, and that the form is a little bit different here, because in that group if there is only 1 person that is gents and other are ladies, but you have to use the masculine form here, and that is very okay in the Spanish speaking sentences. So you have to keep it in mind that when in a group there is only boys, you can use ellos son estudiantes, ellos son hermanos, ellos son niños, ellos son chicos, ellos son muchachos, that means also boys, chicos, that means also boys, niños, that means also boys, estudiantes, that means students, right? And if there are only ladies, girls, and there is no gents, there is no boys, then you can use in the plural form ellas. Also the sound pronunciation is different in Spanish and Latin American countries. So in Spanish they will speak it ellas son estudiantes, ellas son doctores, ellas son profesores, ellas son chicos, ellas son muchachas, that means girls, ellas son niños for the boys, niñas for the girls, right? And if you don't want to use this ellas, but son estudiantes, that is also describing the same thing. Age as shown, that means they are students, and that students could be boys and girls, whatever. So it is not a problem here. But there is also one thing, ustedes, and this ustedes, that means you all are, in the formal way. Here we have used usted, that means in the singular form, you are in the formal honorific form. We have used usted here, and we have used usted with s, usted as un maestro, you are a master, that is clear. But when we use in the plural form, we have to use ustedes. Ustedes son estudiantes, ustedes son jefes, ustedes son doctores. That means you all are doctors, you all are students, you all are teachers, and we are respectfully talking with them. We are talking with the second person. So this is the self form, and I hope you could have understood the way the Spanish people use to describe what is something, what is the actuality of something. So I am, you are, she is, we are, you all are, they are. That is describing that what they are. They are boys, girls, men, women, doctor, whatever they are, researcher, inventors, scientists. They could be anything. So it shows the profession, their actuality, their naturality, what they are, right? So self form describe this fact, right? We have understand it. We got to understand it, and I have just described about self form. Here, soy, eres, es, somos, soy, son. You have to understand it, because soy singular, eres singular, es singular, somos plural, sois plural, and son plural. But these six are divided in two parts, singular and plural, and describing the whole fact. But only the exception is usted and ustedes. You have to understand it, right? Now I give you some examples about the Estar form. What is the Estar form, and when and where we have to use Estar form. So we have understood the self form, and please revise it. Please make a note of it and just understand. So we can remove all these things, and also we can use only the self form to describe all this fact. Now we have the Estar form, and we can understand the Estar form has also the 6 different persons, and we have to understand that person in this context. So Estar, that means yeah, estoy, that means I am. Estoy, that means I am. Other, estás, that means you are. Estoy, that means I am. Estás, that means you are. Esta, that esta has a tilt here, and that esta, that is he, she, is, and also you are. As we have understood already that we have in the self form there is usted form and ustedes form. So third person singular verb describes third person singular as well, and also the second person in the respective form. In the honorific form we have to use this one. So this one is called formal. So this one is called formal, right? And the other one is this. These three are in the first person singular form. The plural forms are estamos, that means we. Estamos, we are. We are. Esta es. Estáis, that means you all are. You all are, that means estáis. And están, that means they all are. They all are. Now it is clear that these are in the plural form, these are in the singular form. Now why we use estar form? You must have a question in your mind. Then when we have the ser form to describe about who we are, what we are, then why we should use the estar form? Estar form shows something that is happening, that is in the condition, that is in the conditional way. Like a star form, something that I'm a master, I'm a man, okay, but my condition, what is my condition now? Look, I'm feeling hot, or I'm feeling sick, or I'm feeling not good, I'm feeling good, right? So in that situation, in that time, I will say that I'm not good, I'm not right, I'm bad, I'm not okay, I'm feeling hungry, I'm feeling thirsty, I want to drink water, like that thing. These are my condition. So who I am? I'm a man. And what is my condition? I'm hungry. What is my condition? I'm not feeling good. So when showing these kind of things, we have to use a star form. So estoy, that is I am. Here I will not use un maestro. Un maestro. Right. I will not use here un maestro. This is incorrect, because in star form I can just give that un maestro is un poco aburrido. Suppose a master is sitting in the class and he is a master, right? Correct, he is a master. So es un maestro in the ser form. But the master is now bored, the master is now tired, the master is now exhausted, the master is now feeling sleepy, the master is weak, the master is very strong, the master is nervous. Like that kind of condition, we have to use a star form. So I will use here I am tired. I'm tired. So this tiredness is not for all the time. This is not my actuality. This is only I am tired in this time, I'm bored only in this time, I'm bad only in this time. This is my condition. So showing the condition, giving the examples in the condition, then we have to change the verb forms to describe them, and so we have to use a star form. So estoy, that means I am, but estoy soy cansado. Tired, that means cansado. Estoy cansado, that means I'm tired. Estás peor, that means you are bad. Peor, that means bad. Esta enfermo. Está enfermo. She is ill. She is ill. Está enfermo. So we can use enfermo. enfermo. That means she is ill, or está un poco exhausto. She is exhausted. Exhausto. That means exhausted, tired, bored. Estamos aburrido. Aburrido. We are bored. We are tired of doing something and we are bored. So these are conditions, and these conditions can be used only with the estar form. We don't have to use that these are our actuality. This is not our actuality. This is only in that time this happens, and then other time we are okay. Sometimes we are weak, sometimes we are tired, but other time we are okay. So our condition changes, and so we have to use a star form to describe the conditions, right? So here you have to just understand the estar, estoy, that means I am, estás, that means you are, está, that means he is, she is, and also you are in the formal way. Está aburrido, está cansado, está enfermo, está what is that, sleeping, está está cansado. Estamos aburrido, es aburrido, están aburrido. They are tired, we all are tired, and you all are tired. And also that están, that means ellos and ustedes. We can use for these form están, they all are, and you all are. Here you all are is in the formal way. So estáis in the you all are familiar way, but están, you all are, formal way with the ustedes form, with the ustedes person, right? So if you are getting me correctly, I'm just trying to say that when we have different conditions, we have to use estar form, and we take only one verb here. Estoy cansado. Estoy cansado, that means I'm tired. Okay, I am tired. Estás cansado, that means you are tired. You are tired. Está cansado, that means he is tired. Está cansado, he is tired. And está cansada, here cansada, that is the gender is changing, and we are talking about a lady, about a girl, and this is the feminine object showing pronunciation. When we have O, that means masculine, and when we have A, that is feminine. But this condition does not apply in all the places. We have to understand, we have to make the conception, we have to understand the all pattern, because there are many places we have only one verb, one word, and that word describes the both. Artista, that means artisto, artista, no, that is artista only, and that is describing el artista, ella artista, la artista, both. So there is conception. There are some little confusion. So está cansada, that means she is tired. She is tired. Está cansada. She is tired. Estamos cansado. Estamos cansado. That means we are tired. Estamos. Estáis cansado. Estáis cansado. That means you are tired. We are tired. You all are tired. And están cansado, that means they all are tired. So there could be anything. We are talking about tiredness. We can talk about the boredness, boredomness, dullness, sleeping. That means, I'm forgetting that word. Okay, the tiredness, feeling hungry, and exhausting. Someone got exhausted and say estoy exhausto. Estoy exhausto. Estás exhausto. Esta, if for the you here, esta, but you are talking with a girl, then you will use estás cansada. You are tired. If you are talking a man, then you will say cansado. But if there is a girl and you are saying that you are tired, so you will use estás cansada. Here we have to change O into A. That means you are tired. Only these things, only one thing, the pronunciation and the gender-based masculine and feminine word is very important to describe who you are talking with, right? Está cansado, that means he is tired, and está cansada, that means she is tired. But está cansado, that means also you are tired. That is belong to the usted form. If we have usted form here, and we are talking with a person, suppose you are talking with your boss and you are saying, sir, you are tired. Sir, you are feeling tired. You are looking tired. So you can say usted está cansado. If he is a man, then cansado, and if she is a woman, you can say está cansada. That means you are tired. Usted está cansada. Right? Yeah, this could be. Yeah, this is the usted form, and also here you have to use ustedes form, and están, that means showing the plurality of that word, that cansado. Then you have to use ustedes están cansado for the gents, and for the ladies cansada, describing they are tired, you are tired. And for the general, ellas están cansada, right? So I think you got this form, and it is a little bit difficult to understand, because we have to make the way according to the gender form, like masculine and feminine. So we have to understand where we have to use O for the gender and A for the woman, man and woman, masculine and feminine. So this is only the thing that we can now discuss on that matter, that we have the ser and estar form, and ser is showing the actuality, what you are, who you are, what is your profession, like these kind of thing, and that could not be changed. Like I'm a man, I cannot be changed to a woman, right? You are talking about any object, and that object could not be changed after some time. But a condition, that is, I'm looking red, right? Estoy rojo. Look, there is some object, and that object changes according to the time. Like apple is now green, but it could be changed in the red after getting matured. So you can use estar form to describe esta apple, naranja, manzana. Apple is called manzana. Esta manzana es verde. That means esta manzana verde. Manzana está verde. I'm giving you one more example here. To understand these things, and you should not be confused in ser and estar. So ser is show that an apple is red. An apple is red, and that is its actual color, right? So it could not be changed. The apple is red, right? We all know the apple is red. So un manzana es rojo. That means an apple is red. But if we have an unmature, unripe apple, and that is now green, but it will change in the red after some time, so we can say that an apple is now green. An apple is now green, but we are saying that it is now green and it will change in the red. So we can say un manzana está verde. That means green. Un manzana está verde. An apple is green. This is now green, but after some time it will be red. So when it will completely mature and it could not be changed, we will say that it is in the ser form. This s is in ser form, and now it could, the condition of this apple could change after some time, or it happens to be changed. It has the quality to change, so the condition could be changed. Condition is not for the permanent, it is temporary. So we use esta. Un manzana está verde. That means green. So what is ser and estar? I hope you will have understood all the facts very clearly. And ser is showing our actuality and estar is showing our condition, right? And we have to use soy, eres, es, somos, soy, son. That is in the ser form. And estoy, estás, está, estamos, estáis, están in the estar form. So for the today in this class we have to conclude it here, and then in the next class we will go for the further lessons. For this thing you have to understand this pattern, and then we have many other verbs. We have to make the sentences according to these sentences, right? So thank you very much for this class. Hasta pronto. Gracias, muchas gracias para ver este video, para aprender español. Gracias.